Yeah, but these ones are usually at home on Saturdays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, and
They are really waiting patiently.
yeah, they they can't wait
Nice.
for this
Okay,
program.
maybe we should start. Should we start?
All right, yeah, we can start. Who wants to pray for us, guys? Who can pray for us? Yeah.
Me.
Okay, Lael, pray for us then as we start.
Let's pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this day. We thank you for guiding us and protecting us during this day. We ask that you may be with us and restart our program. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Amen.
So with Auntie Gloria, who is going to present to us about the human eye. She's from the University of Limpopo in the optometry department. Is it an optometry department or?
Yes.
Okay, in the department of optometry. Optometry, all right. Yes, so she's going to take us through a presentation. If you have questions, just note them down. Then after the presentation, you can ask your questions, right? All right.
Yes.
Okay, I'll give over to you.
All right. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone. My name
Yes,
is
you.
Gloria Ramunyai. Like he introduced me, I'm from the Department of Optometry at the University of Limpopo. I'm a qualified optometrist for the past 18 years now. And yeah, I've been working for the university for 8 years now. And yeah, it's been a journey, beautiful journey, I must say. Enjoyed it and I'm still enjoying it. I've made a very short presentation because I don't want to overwhelm you with whatever that we are doing in this field. But I believe at the end of the presentation, you will understand what optometry is and maybe very soon joining us in the department because we really lack optometrists in the tertiary institutions as lecturers. All right. Um, Firstly, I just want to show you what an eye comprises of. This is an eye. All right. What is an eye? An eye is an organ for sight. We use that to see details. You want to see your clothes before you wear them, you use your eyes. You want to see, in 3G form, in 3D form, we use our eyes. And one may ask, why 3D? Let's say you are a pilot. Né? When you are a pilot, you need to be able to estimate the distance between where you are flying and the ground where you're supposed to land. If you are a driver, you need to be able to estimate before you overtake how far the next car is from you, okay, so that you don't collide. We use our eyes to see our family, our friends, the toys that we play with, even food. Everybody loves food, right? So we need to see whatever that we are eating, okay? And then I've got a picture of our eye. It's just a schematic one. Right in front, we have what we call a cornea. Cornea is basically a thin, transparent layer right in front of the eye. Okay? When you go, inner, we've got the iris. We've got people with blue iris, we've got people with green ones, brown ones. Those are the iris. They differ because of the level of melanin that we are having in the body. And some people you find they've got one eye with a brown iris, the other one with a green iris. It's basically a condition that we call heterochromia. All right? And then from our iris, we have a pupil. A pupil is basically a hole, all right, that goes through right at the back to the lens and then going through to the retina at the back. Ne? And then we've got the lens. The lens is what we use to see. If a lens is opaque or a lens is a little bit whitish,
I think we've lost you there, Gloria. Can we hear Auntie Gloria?
No.
No.
No. No.
No.
No.
No.
No.
All right. We'll try and sort it out. We lost you there. Oh no. Oh no. She got cut off. Oh. Let's see if she would be able to come back. She lost connection. She's trying to connect. Before I also lose power and get disconnected. She's trying to come back. Okay. Oh, we should pray for good connection, eh? This technology thing.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I'm back. They say it's unstable.
You don't have admin rights. Let me. Where is your name? I can't. Gloria, are you still in? Oh, she's kicked out again. Okay. Your video is off. All right, your co-host now. So you can re-upload your slides and unmute yourself. You're muted currently. Gloria, you can unmute yourself, right? Let me send. Gloria, you need to unmute yourself. And I also can't see you. I don't know what's happening.
Can you hear me?
If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, touch your nose. If you're happy and you know it, point your toes. If you're happy.
All right, you're back.
Yes. Whew.
Sorry.
It's
So
okay.
you can continue sharing your screen. I think it kicked you out.
Yeah, so my screen, I can't see my screen now.
You have to reload it, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, let's continue. I was talking about the macula, that is where we
You were
have
on
the
the lens.
pardon?
You were on the lens when we lost you.
Oh, the lens. The lens is the part I was saying, if it's opaque or if it's white, that's when we say somebody's having cataract. And then going further in the eye, we've got what we call the retina. The retina is the part of the eye that has all the layers of the eye, including the optic nerve. It goes through the retina. And then we have the macula, where we find the sharpest vision ever. It's at the macula. We have the optic nerve. The optic nerve is the nerve that supplies blood and basically food to our eye. And we have the choroid that is forming part just next to the retina, and the vitreous. The vitreous is where we've got that jelly-like substance. That's where we find our vitreous. Okay? And then what is an optometrist? Optometrists are healthcare professionals, né? That are educated, that are regulated by the council, what we call HPCSA, Health Professional Council of South Africa, that perform a comprehensive eye and vision care that includes refraction, dispensing, detection of conditions, diagnosing them, and managing them. And we also do rehabilitation. Okay? And then we have three types of consultant. One may ask, what's the difference between an optician? What's the difference between an optician, an optometrist, and ophthalmologist? Opticians are basically lab technicians. They are those who cut lenses, they fit them into the frame before we can give them to our patients. And then we've got optometrists, the one that I've just explained, those who diagnose, they treat, they manage, and then they do minor surgeries. And we've got ophthalmologists, those who are physicians. Basically, they went through the process of being medical doctors first, and then they went into specialty. Okay? When one wants to be an optometrist, this is what you do. In your grade 12, basically starting from grade 10, these are the subjects that you need to do. You need your English, life science, mathematics, and physics. All right? At grade 12, you must have at least a minimum of level 5, meaning 60% and above, for you to qualify to be accepted in the optometry field. And then from there, you do your Bachelor of Optometry. That is 4 years. And lately, when you qualify as an optometrist, you qualify with what we call diagnostic skills, meaning you are able to use some medication for treatment, and you can also diagnose. You can also dilate the eye so that you can see at the back of the eye. All right? And then furthermore, you can up it and do what we call therapeutics. Therapeutics, that's where now you'll be able to do some minor surgeries. Okay, you can work hand in hand with an ophthalmologist and do some surgeries. And from there, you go for your master's, whereby you specialize in the field that you feel comfortable with. And then you go for your PhD, and then we call you Dr. So and so. Okay? Our career path, basically, once you qualify, you decide where you want to work. You can go and work as a consultant, maybe with a company or maybe a mine, whereby they bring their staff to your practice. You can go and work and open your own practice, work alone. You can go into franchise. Basically, it's private practice, but then with different other optometrists whereby you work together. You can go and work at a higher institution and be a lecturer. You can go into research. It depends with what you want to do. And then still on that, you need to be updated with the latest technology. So many things now are getting into the technological things. So you must be kept abreast with what is happening in technology. This is what, are we allowed to take questions now?
Maybe
After
after
the
the presentation, yeah. Herald, you'll ask your question after the presentation, right? Just note your question down.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. These are our duties as optometrists. We perform vision tests and we analyze them. Before you can decide on what device to give to your patient, you should have done proper, basically a comprehensive eye care test, okay? You diagnose sight problems, what we normally call refractive errors. Somebody might be far-sighted, basically meaning they are able to see clear at far, but then they have a challenge seeing at near. Those who have a problem seeing at near and then seeing clear at far, okay? You prescribe contact lenses, you prescribe eyeglasses, spectacles, okay? You prescribe certain medications. Like I said, nowadays we qualify with diagnostics. So you can prescribe certain medications. You do minor surgery. If somebody comes with a foreign body stuck on their cornea, you should be able to remove that foreign body and treat that person further. We do vision therapy for people who are having what we call strabismus. You find one eye is looking at an opposite direction. They are not aligned. They are not looking straight, all of them. We do low vision rehabilitation. That is the specialty that I'm in, whereby you work basically with people who are very, very, very poor vision, like people with albinism. We've got people with conditions like retinopathies and all that. All right. And then we also provide pre and post operative care to patients. Before they go for operation, we can guide them. This is what is going to happen. And then we check. And then before we send them to the ophthalmologist. Okay. We also manage other conditions. There are some conditions that when somebody is having them, they actually affect our eyes, like hypertension. If somebody is hypertensive, their eyes will be affected. If somebody is diabetic, their eyes will be affected. We also do health talks, okay? So that we don't end up with a society whereby in a family, one person is having this condition and they were prescribed a certain medication, and everybody in the house, because they feel their eyes are itching and all that, and everybody uses that medication, even though it's not prescribed for them. These are the refractive errors that I was talking about: myopia, short-sightedness. This person is able to see clearly at near, but then at far, it's blurry. Hyperopia, they are able to see clearly at far, and at near, it's blurry. We have astigmatism. Astigmatism is basically the imperfection of the eye. It becomes more oval, okay, including the cornea, the first layer that I spoke about, the first layer right in front of the eye, okay? And if it's more oval, then they tend to see a little bit blurry. They tend to see things not in their proper shape. Like when you are looking at an O, it tends to look like an A. It has some kind of a tail. Okay? We have what we call presbyopia. Presbyopia basically affects people who are more like 36 years and going up. But, well, normally we just say 40 years and up. Whereby when they read, they can't see clearly at near anymore. So they either push the book a little bit further for them to see clearly. Okay? We also have what we call amblyopia or lazy eye. Okay? There are those people when, like, in the evening, in the afternoon, after school, you just see one eye going out. Ne? And then the refractive error between the two eyes will be different. Okay? That's amblyopia. I've got a video that I want you guys to see. So let's go through the video now.
We can't hear.
So, let's talk about how your eyes work. Zoom in. Well, the human eye works no less than a digital camera. The fact that you see so many things as a process and can't handle what actually happens inside your eye. This is the cornea. The cornea which is a thin circular structure in the eye. This works like a camera shutter, deciding what should be the amount of light that enters the eye. It passes the
We
light ray
can't hear.
the pupil, which appears as a black hole at the center of the iris. It is the opening through which light enters the eye. Depending on the amount of light, the iris stretches and contracts the pupil, just how the aperture of a camera works. Then comes the lens of the eye, which is just behind the pupil. Okay, do this experiment. Close one eye and bring a pencil close to the eye, which is open. Make sure
We
you
have
can
somebody
see it
writing
clearly.
on the screen.
Bring the pencil close to your eye. Bring it closer, closer. That's right. Now, does it become blurry? Well, this is because of the length of your eye. It focuses and defocuses depending on how far the object is from your eye. Now, the light reaches the retina. This acts as an image sensor of a digital camera. Well, in simple words, it converts the light that you take in into electronic signals. Then, the optic nerve of the eye transmits
Dr.
those
Shabbat, there's
electronic
somebody
signals to the
writing
brain,
on the screen.
which lets you finally see an object. Well, the retina actually perceives the world.
Dr. Shabbat, we've got somebody writing on the
Oh.
screen. I don't know. I
Oh, boy.
can't see. But it's, I
Oh,
don't know. Other people aren't they affected?
yeah, now I can't see. What's the title of the video? Maybe I can play it from this side. Can I find it
Pardon?
on YouTube? Can I find the video on YouTube?
Yes, yes.
What's the title? Maybe I can play it from this side. They're saying they can't hear properly.
They can't hear it properly. It's
What's the title?
basically. Pardon?
What's the title?
No, it's basically the peek-a-poo on an eye. I will send you the title. Let me just continue with it.
As upside down.
Yeah, that one is not audible. Your sound is gone.
Mine.
But I guess they do in the form of memories. So friends, see the world around you and think some memories. What's more fun fight? This is me zooming out. Hey kids, you like it? Before you go, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and the bell so you won't miss out on my latest videos. See you.
It's done.
Okay, I will send it to you. Because the screen, somebody wrote on the screen is.
Yeah, I see somebody.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Any questions? Pardon?
I'm saying maybe you can stop screen sharing so that we can see them and they ask questions. All right, guys. We can now ask questions, right? Those with questions, let's see. If you have a question, Magabongwe, do you have a question? Wait, Herald, you may ask your question. You're the first one to. Herald first.
Okay, thank you. My question is, what happens to the eyes when someone stares at the sun for a long time?
Okay, the cornea will be affected, okay? And also the lens. Remember that the sun has light rays, okay? They will damage the cornea and they will also damage your lens. And we have what we call keratitis, okay? And that will make the cornea and the lens to be a bit opaque. And then you won't be able to see through them.
Okay. Magabongwe, did you have a question?
Yes, I did.
What's the question?
My question is, what happens? My question is, if the light is on in your room, do the black parts turn smaller or wider?
If there's light in your room, like when you're going outside, the pupil, the small part, the one at the center, it becomes smaller. Okay? But when you are in the dark, it becomes a little bit bigger, it dilates. Okay?
I know an animal that's nocturnal and has very big eyes, but it's not an owl. You have to guess. It lives in a rainforest.
I know it too. But that is just the eye socket that is so big. The eye itself is big. But then the people right at the center, when there is too much light, it will constrict and only dilates, right? When there is a little bit dim light. When there's dim light, it constricts. I mean, it dilates, I'm sorry.
All right, then I have Alicia and Hazel and Kayla. So Alicia will start. What's your question, Alicia?
What's wrong with the eye when it itches?
Okay, you might find you having some kind of allergy. Okay, sometimes now that it's winter season, when you have sinuses, when you have flu, your eye gets affected a little bit, and then you tend to have allergy also in the eye. When you are sitting in the sun without any eye protection, that could also cause that, okay? When you have sores underneath your the eyelids, ne? That is an indication that you have allergy. And your eyes could also become a little bit reddish. And then you also start to have what we call discharge, okay, from the eyes.
What about when it's pricking?
When it's
Pricky.
pricky. Did I get that?
Like you've got a stone inside.
Oh, foreign body. Oh, it's because of the sores that will be under that will be on your eyelids inside. Okay? And
Yes.
sometimes you might find you've got one of your lashes in the eyes. So obviously, because it does not belong in the eye, but around the eye, it will cause, that sensation, that awful sensation. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, Hazel.
My question is, when you have eye bags, what would have happened?
When you have
Eye bags. when your eyes are black underneath.
Oh, okay. You know, sometimes, okay, fine. Let me say this. When you sleep, ne? Remember your system, your body, you have to breathe in and breathe out. Ne? When you sleep and you are very, very tired, you didn't have enough time to rest. Some people tend to have eye bags underneath, right here. Okay? Sometimes it could also be caused by if you wear a wrong pair of spectacles that touches your cheeks right here. They become heavy on your cheeks. Then it causes some black marks around your cheeks. Okay?
All right. Lesonto. Oh, Kyla first. Kyla.
Okay, my question is, when you look into the sun and your eyes are damaged, will you need glasses?
Your sound is a little bit low.
If you look into the sun and your eyes get damaged, do you then need glasses to see?
It depends on the damage. If it's your cornea that is now becoming white, ne? You will have to go for corneal graft. If it's your lens that is white, you will have to go for cataract surgery. And after cataract surgery, if they put another lens, your vision might still be as good as it used to be. But then if it's not that good, you will have to go for spectacles. But it's not advisable at all to look at the sun without any protection.
Okay. Lesonto.
All
Lesonte.
right.
Lesonte. Did we lose Lesonte?
Well, when your
Yes.
eyes are not right, you need eye drops or glasses.
It depends whether are they seeing clearly or are they itchy or painful. If when you look at something at far, it becomes blurry, or when you're looking at something at near, it's blurry, then you will have to go and get checked, and then they might recommend spectacles for you. But then
Because
pardon? Hello?
because when I go to school, my eyes are not nice.
Okay, do you have difficulty seeing on the board? Or do you have difficulty seeing when you're outside the classroom?
When I'm in the classroom, I can't see nicely. I have eye drops.
Okay, okay. Maybe you should also tell your teacher they could, for now, since we can't access you now, you ask them to, move you a little bit closer to the board. Okay?
Yes,
And then from,
he
there,
moves me closer.
they moved you closer.
Yes.
Then you need to go for a thorough eye checkup so that
Okay.
Pardon?
Okay.
All right. Just ask mommy or daddy to take you for a thorough eye checkup, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Are we done?
I have Rulani wants to ask a question.
What happens if you, what happens to the eye when you come closer to the TV?
I didn't get that.
What happens to your eye when you come closer to the TV?
What happens to the eye?
Okay. When you
I
come
think I
closer.
can answer that.
Is the question what happens to your eyes when you go closer to the TV?
Yes.
I think I know the answer. You'll get blind.
You won't go blind.
If you watch too much TV, you could get blind or something.
You could get
Okay.
eye damage, or either you can spoil your eyes.
Obviously, you are somehow affecting them. Remember, some people like watching TV in the dark, meaning with no light, and that is not advisable to do that. Okay? And when you watch too much TV, you are basically um, saying to your eyes you don't want them to be seeing any other thing except the TV. They become stuck to the TV and they don't get some kind of an exercise. You know, when you look at far, you look at near, they're like, you know, they're stretching. You see nicely, you can actually determine whether you are able to see clearly at far and at near. So if you are glued to the TV the whole day, that is not a nice thing at all. Okay?
Speaking of which, when you're glued to the TV, does it cause eye bags?
Yes. Are you aware that when you watch TV, most of the time you don't even blink that much? Let's say you are watching your favorite program. You just want to see everything. You hardly blink, and of which you are supposed to at least blink about 17 times per minute. Ne?
Yo.
Remember, the eye has to be kept lubricated all the time. So if you don't blink, they dry a little bit. Then you start having, you know, that discomfort. And sometimes you might think it's pain, yet it's not even pain, it's just the discomfort because of the dryness in the eye.
Okay, I have a question also. When someone's eye dies, can you remove it and put another person's eye, or you can't? Can you do an eye, what do you call, exchange?
Transfer.
No, it's only the cornea that they can do a graft if the person is having a keratoconus, whereby the cornea is bulging a little bit forward. They're trying to correct that, all right, for them to see clearly. Then they can do a graft. If the person is having an opaque cornea, they can do a graft and all that. But then removing the whole eye and putting somebody else's eye, for now, it's well, I will say use the word impossible. Maybe in the near future.
Okay.
Mm.
Can we take the last two hands, guys, if you have questions? Watupa.
What's the difference between a cat and a human's eye?
The cat.
Yes.
Well, I know about their people. They are not like ours. Not that they work differently, but then they work. I guess each and every eye works like the same. Human eye, animal eye looks the same. They work the same. It's just that at night, obviously, because they are animals, they live outside, then their eyes has to adapt to that. But then the whole system, like a camera thing, it works the same.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay, who has the last question? No more last question. So today is Emmanuel's birthday. Where's Emmanuel? Is it Emmanuel?
Again.
Where's Emmanuel? Yes, that's Emmanuel. Let's sing him happy birthday. What's the song? Happy birthday to you. All
I
right.
know the full song.
You know the whole song. Okay, let's sing the happy birthday.
Happy
You can
birthday.
unmute yourselves, unmute yourselves, unmute yourselves.
All of
Happy
you.
birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday.
to you. Happy birthday.
Happy
Birthday to you.
How old are you? How old are you?
You know.
How
How
old are
are
you?
you?
How old are
You
you?
now.
How old are you, Emmanuel?
God bless you.
I'm 11.
Wow.
Yay.
All right, so let's say thank you very much to Auntie Gloria. Thank you very much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
Thank
We
you.
you.
enjoyed the program that I did. We learned new
Me.
things.
Thank you.
Have
What a
a
We
lovely
learned new
good
things, right?
day.
Happy Sabbath.
Baby.
Happy Sabbath. Bye-bye.
Happy Sabbath.
Bye-bye.
Happy
Bye. Happy Sabbath.
Next week we're having Professor Matevi from America. She will be in America, so I don't know what time it will be that side. She's a surgeon. They do surgeons. You know what surgeons do in the human body?
Bye.
Yes. They do surgery. They do surgery.
What kind of surgeons?
Like
Ah,
maybe in the
I don't know.
ICU.
She will come and tell us next week. So
What kind of surgeons?
she will tell you what she does, but I know they do transplants and all these kinds of things with human bodies. So I hope it will be nice and exciting. So I will see you guys next week, right? Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Faisal.
Cheers.
Okay, yeah. 8. Mm-hmm. You see? Mom. So,
I was trying to get you guys some puppets. Maybe next week we'll have puppets coming through.
Dr. Shep, who's gonna pray?
Who wants to pray for us?
it's my sister.
Presents Counting to 10.
Mother.
Count these.
Okay, who is praying for us?
Me.
Okay, Lungile. Lungile in Lisle. Lungile in Lisle are praying for us. Let's pray.
Let's pray. Lord, thank you for being with us to have this wonderful lesson. Thank you that we could learn about the eye. Lord, please protect us throughout the day so that you may enjoy it. Please protect us in Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Amen.
Amen.
There's a
Thank
delay.
Munchkins together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Great job. Now, you try this one. How many munchkins are there? Enter your answer on Monster Math, where you can make your very own monster avatar and earn pets for the math problems you get right. And parents, a real teacher explains any problem your child misses, so kids can learn all by themselves. If you enjoyed watching this quick lesson,
Jesus loves me.
Jesus loves me, yes, I know.
Jesus tells me so, little ones.
Oh. I can't hear anything. Dad, I can't hear anything. Mama, that's 7 people.
I'm trying to look for another video.
Great. There's only 7 people. This one. Great. I can't hear anything. I don't see it. Daddy, I don't see it. What's wrong with the computer? Tick. What? Look at the oh, why is it invisible? Who didn't know that? Yum, bum, bum. No. Hey guys. Guys. Better stop shouting. I want it, Papa. I want